Hey everyone, this is Mason and you're listening to HerbRally. Today's a very short episode. This is audio that was extracted from a YouTube video that herbalist Elaine Sheff from the Green Path Herb School provided us. And in this one, she talks about her favorite ways to use rose. She talks about the overall health benefits, strengthening the heart, and how it's a wonderful ingredient for body care products. But before we get into the show, I want to let you know about a free class that Elaine and John from the Green Path Herb School are hosting. It's coming up this Wednesday, March 6th. And this is a free online herb class called How to Choose the Best Quality Herbs. So in this free class, you'll learn how to evaluate quality herbs. You'll learn harvesting methods to get your herbs at their peak potency, how to label your herbs and products properly. You'll learn how to store your herbs so they preserve their potency, the shelf life of different botanicals, why plant identification is essential to making good medicines, and so much more. So as per usual, I will leave a link to this free class at the tippy top of today's podcast show notes. Big thanks to Elaine for providing the audio to today's podcast episode, as well as for hosting this free herb class, How to Choose the Best Quality Herbs. All right, that's going to do it for me today. Talk to you very, very soon.
Hi, this is Elaine with Green Path Herb School, and I wanted to talk to you today about a plant that I really, really love, and it's actually beloved by many people all over the world, and that's rose. So I have just a few little examples here from the garden. Here is just a little rose bud, which I think is just probably the sweetest part of rose. Like, I just love the way the little buds look. I also have a hip here, which is still ripening. So it's not quite ripe. And this is from our wild rose bush right outside the school. And so it's small for a rose hip, but there's lots of different sizes and hips. And then I have these dried petals, and these are from my garden, and I've dried them this year. I just collected, I would go out in the morning time and collect the rose petals in my one of my gathering baskets, lay them out on a screen in my garage where it was nice and dark, and let them dry. And so rose makes a lovely tea, like you can, and it actually is such a beautiful herb. So I love to put it in a tea mixture, and I really like it for recovery. So for instance, if someone has had surgery or had some kind of a traumatic experience or something like that, I love putting rose petals in tea for them. It's also a wonderful women's herb, so really nice for the reproductive system, great tonic, and astringent. And because it's an astringent, and also because of the smell, it's used a lot in skincare and body care products. And so one of my favorite things to do with the petals is to add them to extra virgin olive oil and macerate them, blend them up really well, and let them soak for about a month or so. And then I use that as an oil on my skin. So I can do like a face oil with it, or sometimes I'll add that oil and make a lotion or something like that. And it is absolutely heavenly. Like, the smell is just incredible. So that's probably one of my very favorite ways to use rose. Another thing I love about rose is it is a tonic and strengthener for the heart and the cardiovascular system, and both for the physical heart, but also for the emotional heart. So another really key way that I use rose is for someone who is brokenhearted, has had a heartache or a heartbreak, and I feel that that impacts not just the emotional self, but also the physical heart. And so to take rose for that, I feel like kind of works on these layered levels for the cardiovascular system, including those emotional aspects and that very physical aspect of heart health itself. And one of my favorite ways to use rose like that is to make a tincture, and I usually make that in brandy. And then I will add some flower essences to that, specifically rose flower essence and also rose quartz. and then maybe even a drop of the pure essential oil of Rose Otto into the tincture. And I'll have someone take 1 drop of that every day to heal the heart, to heal their emotional heart, and also to open their heart, right? So if they feel they've been hurt in the past, but they want to be open and receptive, it's a really, really wonderful way to do that. So those are some of my favorite ways to use rose.
And that's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks so much for listening to the HerbRally podcast. If you'd like to hear more from us here at HerbRally, we now have a text message community, believe it or not. Basically, it's just updates from us. We send about 1 to 7 texts per week, notifying you about new events, videos, courses, podcasts. You get the idea. It's pretty much like our email newsletter, just in text form. So if you'd like to receive text messages from HerbRally, just text JOIN, that's JOIN, to the number 541-256-2895. Again, that's JOIN to number 541-256-2895. And to stop receiving texts, that's easy too. Just text STOP to the same number. It'll opt you out immediately. Okay, thanks again for listening. Have a great rest of your day.